Namaste, yogis and parents. This is for you. If you're really busy and kind of running ragged, this is a restorative practice that can support our needs and give us a chance to rest. What you may need is a bolster, a pillow, a block, or any other supports that can support your body. So get those things. Let's get to our mat. All right, yogis, we're going to start in a supported child's pose. Big toes come together, knees a little bit farther apart. If you don't have any props, that's fine. If you have props, I'm going to give you some suggestions. Bolster, pillow, blanket underneath the torso as it comes down. You could also support the ankles with the blanket underneath the ankles, blanket underneath the ankles. We're going to soften the belly, chest, and maybe twist one direction or the other to give ourselves a moment for a little support. And through this practice, we're not moving quickly at all. We are really allowing everything to melt away. A chance for us to dive into the body, let our emotions kind of drift away. And as a parent myself, sometimes we're just at the end of our rope. And it doesn't mean we're bad parents, it just means that we need to take care of our needs, and that is a great lesson for our kids. That mom and dad get tired and need their needs to be taken care of. We model that. And so when we take a chance to support ourselves, our kids see that and see that it's important. So if you're resting on one cheek, flip to the other cheek. Allow your breath to deepen but yet soften. So the inhalation and exhalation is effortless, and it supports our relaxation. This practice is always nice at the end of the day, maybe when the kids are in bed. A little preparation before you slide into the wrapper. Hands come underneath the shoulders, lift the torso on up. Come into table pose. You're just going to move your pillow blanket in front of you. And we're just going to cross at the ankles and then roll over our feet. And we're going to come into a cross-legged posture. Now there's a couple things that we're not trying to fix anything here today. We're not necessarily even stretching anything. So if you sitting in a cross-legged pose is a little bit of a challenge, you can slide something underneath your seat. So I have a block here. I also have the bolster. If it's a pillow, it's whatever. Lift the hips up. When you lift the hips up, it gives the knees and the hips a chance to soften. Now, this is a little bit high for me, but I'm going to keep that around. But I do want you to consider putting something in front of you, and this could be the block, it could be the bolster or pillow. And we're going to lower down here maybe halfway. If you have the flexibility, you're always welcome to cross the forearms and rest to your chin, cheek, or forehead. And for me, I got a bolster and a block, and that's a little bit more accessible for me as well. So you're in a cross-legged pose as you lean forward, and the sensation is could be quite subtle. And again, this is a restorative practice, so it's not necessarily doing anything other than decompressing and let the body find its way through relaxation. And for a lot of us, especially with our kids, you don't necessarily have to do this if you don't have kids. If you're just stressed out from work, it's a great practice as well. But when we are so busy that we don't, it's hard to find the time to just be still. And it's just an opportunity for us to allow our bodies normal sensation, express themselves so I know what I need. Soften the shoulders, relax the jaw, and then very slowly bring yourself on up. Take your hands behind you, lean back. Let's do a wide-legged seated posture. Get onto your sit bones, so lift your sit bones off the ground and rotate your pelvis forward. And just like we did in that cross-legged pose, you can use your block, your bolster, or both, or a stack of things. All right, it could be books that you can get into, because I know not everyone has bolsters and blocks and all these items. So whatever you can do to support the torso leaning forward. And then a lot of times in our restorative practice, we have to figure out what is working for me. So let's say I have a hat on. I got to figure that out. So for me, that feels pretty good. All right. If I was more flexible, maybe I don't need it. This is too much for me. So we do have to give ourselves a chance to figure out how I can relax in these postures. And again, working with your supports is an opportunity for us to find boundaries with our body. Like, I don't want to do something that is not supporting my need. And so working the sensation and feeling and getting into that position that's just right takes time. And we're supporting ourselves in patience. And if you're in the pose and it becomes to the point where it's not supporting your needs, well, you adjust. Inhale, slowly bring yourself on up. Move your gear out in front of you. Take your left shin, bring it in front of your right shin. Again, if your seated posture is not comfortable, you can slide something underneath the knees. You could slide something underneath the sit bones. You can keep something in front of you. If you need more sensation, you're welcome to take left shin on top of right shin. Again, we're focusing on comfort, relaxation, and decompression, right? So for me, crossing left shin on top of right shin on this side feels really nice. So I'm going to find that version. I may rest my head down, I may not. And again, sensation is dictating everything in this practice. Can I relax? And to the point where I could almost fall asleep. not bad to fall asleep in practice, right? And we let go. And as we take care of our needs, we are taking care of all my responsibilities in the household and work, because I'm just better when my needs are taken care of. I'm more patient. Different perspective. My partners appreciate it. My friends appreciate it. My kids appreciate it. When I'm better, I appreciate it. So when we take care of our needs, everyone benefits. Breathe softer. Do less. And very slowly bring yourself on up. All right, start to slide your knees wide, soles of the feet together. So we're in a cobbler's pose. And again, we'll have to figure out how to use these supports. Hands to the feet, ankles or shins, knees are opening up. You can stay right here as you hinge forward. This may be enough right here. If you have the flexibility, you could put this blocker bolster in between the feet, and as you can see, I can't get to my head here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bolster and put it on my feet, and I'm going to take my block and put it on top. So when I come forward, I can rest. Now, you can scoot your feet farther forward or back to get to the position that is comfortable. And again, you don't necessarily need any supports. You can just soften forward. But we are here for a couple breaths, and I want you to be very relaxed. And if you can't relax, modify in a way that can support your needs of decompression and relaxation. Soften the shoulders, relax the jaw, smooth inhalation, exhalation. Inhale, very slowly bring yourself all the way on up. Remove your supports. And extend the right leg out in front of you. Left foot comes on the inside of the right leg. Your supports can be inside the right leg. And you're just going to lean forward until you feel subtle sensation in the back of that right leg. And again, my hamstrings are quite tight, so I need a lot of supports. So if I wanted to rest my forehead down, I can bring my block up and I can rest down here. Not necessary. Another option that I really enjoy is just the forearms down. And I can breathe. If I feel like it's not enough sensation, you're always welcome to move towards sensation that supports the body. So if you do need more sensation, you're welcome to kind of get into it as well. I'm not against more sensation, but in this restorative posture, I want to make sure that I support you in doing less, where you can just completely let go. We're supporting ourselves that I don't need to, there's no performance necessary to allow me to be worthy of relaxation. So I don't have to necessarily do anything in these poses other than just be and support my body. Inhale. Slowly come on up. Move your gear to the side. And now there is an option. We're going to do a little bit of a twist. So you're going to pick up your left knee and root your left foot into the ground, inside the leg. If you're a little bit tight in lower back, you can always sit on something. And this gives you an opportunity to twist a little bit more. So let's give you some options. Sitting on black bolster, left foot underneath left knee on the inside of the right leg. You are welcome to step the left foot over thigh or shin and use that as a twist as well. So any one of these variations, black bolster underneath the hips, foot on the inside or outside of that right leg, and gently find the twist. So for me right now, I like sitting on something that gives me space in the spine. I can press into that left thigh, and I can use that my bolster for my left hand. Keeps me nice and tall. I'm not here too long. It's more like this is neutralizing poses to find kind of center. So we're just here for a moment. Very gentle. All right. Inhale. Unwind. If you're sitting on something, remove it. Let's take that right foot on the inside of the left leg. And then we can lean forward here with nothing, right? We can support the right knee if there's any sensation in that right knee that's uncomfortable. Or for me, because I love my restorative posture, I put my block bolster in front of me to support. If I feel like I need more, I can remove the block. That's a little too much intensity. So, and again, this regulation is part of it. It's I'm curious with my body. I'm practicing often hatha and vinyasa. I don't do a lot of restorative practice, which I should do more. So I got to figure out what is feeling right for my body. And then I listen, pay attention, take care of my needs, hold boundaries to make sure that I'm not doing too much or doing too little. I don't know if I can do too little in restorative, right? So it's always too much. Is it too much? Shoulders soften. Back softens. Back of the left leg relaxes. If you're ever feeling like you're just not letting go enough, exhale out the mouth with some sound. Let it go. And then very slowly bring yourself on up. Remove your gear. And again, we're going to do that twist again. So if you like, you can sit on something, block bolster. Right foot on the inside of the left leg, or right foot on the outside, thigh or shin, whatever's working for you. Right hand to the floor, or for me, it's going to be my bolster because I like it. Left hand holds the right knee as I twist, or maybe it extends over. This is too much of a twist for me as I get into it for restorative. So I'm going to unwrap the leg, and I'm just going to hold that. It feels much better. Right? I feel it. It's good. It's not too intense. And again, I'm not here too long. All right, come back to center. Remove all your gear. Now, we're gonna come into pigeon on the left side. I know what you're thinking. You're like, pigeon? Doesn't sound like restorative. Let me see if we can get into it. All right. We're gonna take our left knee and we're gonna put it on the inside of the left shoulder. And we're gonna keep the left hip onto the ground. We're gonna take this left foot, we're gonna draw it close to us, and we're gonna keep this right knee bent. And I'm gonna take my bolster blanket pillows, and I'm gonna bring it in alignment with the left shin, and I'm gonna come forward and down. Now, of course, you're always welcome to adjust. This should be fairly subtle sensation. Okay, this would be a spot as well. Block supports the torso onto the pillow, and I'm resting. Great. Now, if you're like, I love hip openers and I really want to dive into it, you're always welcome to move the foot up, straighten the back knee. I would still insist that the left hip stays down, and you can lower, right? It's too much for me. Not too much for like a vinyasa practice, but for restorative practice, too much for me. It's not about opening up hips. It's about creating communication with the hips. So find the version that works for you. This worked for me. And I breathe. I would tend to say that more restorative practices are needed for our collective consciousness. Meaning, I think more of us need to slow down. We need to find connection. I would think that we need to find better connection with the body to support our needs. Help us manage our nervous system and rest and reflect. I think if we can do that, we can see a little bit clearer with our needs and our relationships with friends, family, loved ones. So another moment here. And then very slowly lift yourself on up. Move your gear. And then we're just gonna do the other side. So to get there, table pose. Oh, cats and cows. A little wag of the tail. And then we'll find our way to it. Let's do it together. So we're gonna bring our right hip to the ground. Right knee on the inside of the right shoulder as my voice squeaks. Right foot comes back. Left knee stays bent. How much is up to you. And then to floor, right belly to the thigh, and you could rest here if you have no supports. Or bolster, block, pillow in alignment with the shin. Maybe that's enough. Feels pretty good. Or maybe the block underneath the head. And keep in mind, right side, left side, probably different. It is for me, for sure. You can get more into the sensation if you like, so straightening the back knee, maybe squaring the hips a little bit more. So if you love your hip openers and your hips are open and you can dive into it and still be relaxed and soft and gentle, great. And again, we're not here for, this is not a yin practice, we're not here for a long period of time. So soften, find the version that works. Again, for me in restorative is like, if I can fall asleep, I'm doing it right. I can definitely fall asleep. And if I do fall asleep, just fast forward to the end of the video. A moment. And inhale, very slowly bring yourself on up. And let's take our block bolster pillows to the left of us, and we're going to find our way to our back. Extend your arms up over your head, stretch from your fingers all the way down to your toes. Draw your right knee towards your belly, give it a squeeze, and then that right knee drops towards that block bolster pillow. And either your arms open up wide, or your right arm can rest on top of your left arm. And your head can be pillow, block, or whatever you're resting, maybe even on your fist on your right hand. So you can add the twist if that feels good, but you don't necessarily need the twist. So if I was going to untwist, I want the block for my head. This right hand can rest on the bolster. The left arm is long. And if I need the twist, I can reach the right arm open. And again, you can vacillate between the two depending on what is supporting your needs. Breath softens, surrender, and give yourself a moment. Inhale, right knee back up. Straighten the knees, extend your arms up over your head, stretch. Exhale, relax for a moment. Take your bolster, blanket, whatever you have, and you don't necessarily need anything again, so if you don't have it, that's fine. Left knee towards belly, chest, squeeze that in. Left knee drops to the right on the bolster, blanket, pillow, or the floor. Options, left arm reaches out like a wing, right hand can rest on the left knee, hip, or thigh. Gaze over that left shoulder. Another option, right arm extends out long. Left hand on top of right hand, or left hand on left knee, and head supported with block, pillow, blanket, towel. So find the version that's working for you. Breathe. Inhale, left knee comes back up to center. Bend both knees, bring both feet to the floor, windshield wiper legs side to side. We're moving into a supported bridge pose. So it doesn't even have to be that high of a bridge pose. So if you have a blanket or a towel, you can put that underneath the lower sacrum. If you have a blocker bolster, also same thing. The bolster is a little bit more softer and forgiving. So some version of supported bridge. You're going to push your feet down, you're going to lift your hips up, and you'll slide something underneath the lower sacrum hip area. All right? And then once you get there, draw your chin a little bit towards your chest. And I'm going to give you some options with the legs, and you can kind of play around and figure out what's working best for you. We can start with heels underneath the knees, and we soften here. You could separate your feet as wide as your mat, knees fall in towards one another, and you may feel this extension, external rotation in your lower sacrum. You can do the opposite by soles of the feet together, knees fan out, which is also feels awfully nice in the groins, maybe into the pelvis and the belly. Or for extension, you can straighten the knees and extend the legs. Any version of legs that support your knees, and then any movement with your arms could be palms up by the side body, could be interlacing the fingers on the belly or the chest, or you can extend the arms up over your head, or maybe even bend the elbows so your hands are underneath the head. Find the version that is working for you, get comfortable, and soften here. The breath is smooth, deep and gentle, full. Soften any parts of the body that feel stress. For me, it's jaw, forehead, eyes, sometimes shoulders, hips, and lower back. Feet come back underneath the knees if they aren't already. Press your feet down, lift your hips up, and remove whatever you had underneath the lower sacrum. Lower the hips down, drop the knees left and right. Draw the knees or thighs towards the belly, a gentle squeeze. A little happy baby if you feel like you need that, not necessary. Preparing yourself for Shavasana. It could be flat on the ground like our normal Shavasana, but today I have the bolster and block, so I'll give you one option that I enjoy. A little elevated bolster. Hips are on the ground. The bolster's at the lower sacrum. And I soften here. So any version, if you have your bolster, you could also slide it underneath the knees or down the spine or underneath the head. And in this Shavasana, it could be 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. If you have the time and the space, stay here as long as needed. And give yourself a chance to rest. I'll be here for just a few moments. Relax your jaw, forehead, fingers and toes. Let it all go. And when you are ready, bring your awareness to your surroundings and allow your breath to deepen as you gently wiggle the fingers and toes, roll the head from side to side. Draw the knees towards the belly, give yourself a gentle squeeze. And you're going to work your way to a comfortable seat. So you're going to come on up. Bring the hands together, thumbs towards the heart. Nice big inhale, slow exhale. Nice work. Namaste.